Hi guys. I want to thank everybody for all the comments you made on my last video, and yeah, I still haven't found a job. I did a couple interviews and they haven't panned out, so it's been 2 weeks now and I haven't found a job. I think it's going to be hard. I won't find one in this town. Not that pays $25 an hour. So I could always work up in the oil sands in Alberta or something, but I don't want to do something like that. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for the comments, and it's cheered me up this week. And I feel like I got to get this off my chest, and then I can get back to making my videos, I guess. I like to make people laugh or smile, and, anyway. Okay, hang on. Let me compose myself. I think it all started last fall when he hired this new guy to run the front end, like a service manager, deal with the customers and make work orders and organize, what boat gets to be done, what's to do next and stuff. Now, my boss had worked with him years ago, and from what I can see over the months, their relationship was pretty good. They were buddies, I guess. But what I had noticed was every time Bob would go to Yorkton or whatever to get parts or whatever he had to do, when he wasn't in the shop is what I'm trying to say. If I went up to the front, he was on Facebook, or he was playing video games, or he was talking to buddies or friends or relatives, whatever, and it kind of pissed me off. Like, fuck, this is a job. This isn't your time to do stuff like that. And I thought, okay, well, whatever. He'll get caught and talked to, and so I just let it go. It pissed me off. Sure, I won't say it didn't. It pissed me off. So whatever. And I'm in the back by myself last winter. Little Nathan was in school, taking a power course on, quads and sleds and boats and stuff, and he was gone all winter. So that left me in the shop, and when Bob was there, he worked on stuff too, but I'd say, 80% of the work orders that went out that winter, I did. And I'd even start early. Sometimes he wouldn't show up, he'd take his kids to school or whatever, so, well, whatever. Okay, so I let that go, It just pissed me off and whatever. But anyway, one day Bob was, I think, in Yorkton getting parts or something, or he had a family matter. I can't remember what the reason he wasn't in the shop, but I was looking for my next, I got a work order, and I was looking for my next project. Now, this was in the summertime, this early summer, and yeah, I grabbed the work order, and on the work order should be the license plate number of the trailer. I was looking for a boat, maybe the color of the boat or the make of the boat or whatever. And I couldn't find it. There was no information. Just I can't remember what size of motor it was, 75 or 85 horsepower outboard, Merc, or I can't remember the make right now, but well, I searched the compound for this boat. I couldn't find it. So I go back up there, and he's playing fucking video games again. So I says, well, what color is the boat? I can't find it or anything. And he just kind of looks at me and you know, shrugs his shoulders and goes back playing his video games. Well, fuck, I got pissed off because when I'm there, I work. I don't, I don't play video games. I don't on Facebook or, you know, I'm there to work. So anyway, I slammed the door because I was pissed off because now I'm searching for this boat again. And I wasted 20 minutes looking for this boat. And of course it was the wrong boat. But anyway, so Bob gets back and he was mad. You don't slam doors, you don't get mad. So I apologize, you know, my temper got the best of me. And then I says, well, fuck, he was playing video games, you know. And he tells me, I don't want to play these games. And I just kind of, what do you mean, what games? I'm not the one playing games. This is what's going through my head, right? And he says, you're just an hourly worker. So if you can't find something, don't worry about it. And I'm like, I'm just an hourly worker. So that's, I think, where it started. So anyway, tension was high for a while. And eventually he, you know, our relationship, I thought, got better. I thought, okay, well, I'll just let it go. You know, you want your buddy to play video games and talk on the phone to his buddies and stuff, and you want to pay him. And I saw his check one time, and he was getting paid more than me. And well, whatever. So anyway, what happened was on the 4th of September, they called me to the office about a half hour. This was Friday, and they called me to the office about a half hour before I got off and said that they were changing the pay scale. And I'm like, well, in my head I'm going, what do you mean changing the pay scale? Like, we have a gentleman's agreement when I got hired. You know, I get an hourly rate, 8 hours a day, full time, and no layoffs. That was our verbal gentleman's agreement. And he's trying to tell me, that's his father who owns the place, actually. Bob, I don't know what his interest is, but his dad, it's his dad's money. Anyway, so his dad's doing all the talking, and little Bobby, because Bob Sr. is his dad, little Bobby wouldn't even look at me. He just kept looking down and then glance up and look down, because his dad was doing all the talking. And he says, well, we're not making any money. And what we want you to do is, well, not want me to do, they say, this is the way it's going to be. I'm going to get paid by the billed hour. So that means if I'm working on a boat, let's say, and they say, okay, this is going to take an hour to do this job. And it takes me an hour and a half because bolts are rusty or the bearing wouldn't come out or whatever I'm doing. The carburetor was filthy and, you know, it took me longer to clean it or something, right? And they only bill the customer an hour. But I work an hour and a half. Well, I don't get paid for that half hour. So that would be like on every, so let's say I had a job that took an hour. Let's just base everything on an hour. And I do it in 45 minutes. Well, sure, I get a little extra money because that's a billable hour and I only did it in 45 minutes. But you don't get that too often. Not in this business. You know, there's always something that causes the job to be longer. Well, anyway, I'm thinking to myself, you're not making any money. You know, they're breaking even. I says, well, in the back of my head, as he's talking to me, I'm thinking, well, you know, new business, you're not really supposed to make money or show it on the books. You want to write everything off, and you don't want to pay income. The company doesn't want to pay income tax on profit. So I'm thinking, well, that's bullshit, because I've owned a business before, and that's what everybody does. So anyway, he goes on to say that they'll never pay more than $25 an hour ever. Well, I think, well, okay, whatever. So this is my wage cap sort of thing, right? But no, this is the way it's going to be, you know. That's how. So in the wintertime, it's slower. But there's other things. I don't work for free. There's shop duties. Everyone knows that. You know, moving boats around in the summer, moving a sled back onto your work area, clean up, taking the garbage out, doing this, doing that. There's a lot of shop duties you don't get paid for. So the time, let's say you finish a project, get it out the door, test it, and get it back, a new project into the door and set up, you might have used 20 minutes or something. Well, you don't get paid for that. So you're not getting paid. It's like well, you know what I mean. So anyway, but what pisses me off is that they weren't making any money. They hired a front end guy and pay him more than me, and he's playing video games. So I couldn't believe it. And they just started getting a boat line in. So this month they're supposed to be getting some boats in. So they bought 6 boats, 2 of them I believe pontoon boats, and that's over $100,000, you know, for the boats and trailers. And you're telling me that you're not making any money? Who's paying for this? I am. So that's what happened, and I just didn't say a word, and that was the end of the conversation with them. And so, yeah, that's what happened. And this was Friday, so Saturday, me and Claire went in and grabbed my tools. You know, I just thought, well, that's giving her 110%. I don't play video games, you know, and this other guy just he's a big guy, and he's physically lazy, you know, and he's got the gift for gab, you know, he could sell ice to Eskimos. So anyway, I just wanted to get this off my chest and let you guys know what happened, and now I can get back to making videos that make everyone smile. I hope. Anyway, so thank you guys for all the comments and support. And yeah, geez, I can't even look at the lens. Yeah, thank you guys so much. It's been really nice of you guys. Okay, so I'm out of here.